Yeah. Let's talk about ChatGPT. Hello, community. So yeah. I understand we're already kind of saturated with ChatGPT and how AI is gonna replace us at our jobs and all that. End of days predictions, especially for advertising. But, but this is interesting. It's so interesting because this is kind of the third time that I try to make this video and it becomes obsolete, completely obsolete. So what I'm gonna be talking now is not necessarily what we already know about ChatGPT, but what Microsoft just announced in their Bing search engine. The only thing that I'm gonna bring back is just what is ChatGPT. I'm gonna define what ChatGPT in case some of you are living under a rock and don't know what it is. So putting it in the simplest way I can possibly imagine, ChatGPT is a chat bot that uses AI to kind of speak with you, talk to you, respond to any of your questions, have a conversation with you. And it has become pretty famous and popular and groundbreaking because of how smart it is. Let's say how real, how much of a real person it feels like when you're talking to it, and how it responds, and how eloquent it is. It feels like most of the times it feels like you're actually talking to someone. And not only that, but you can ask for many things related, not only like a conversation, but let's say you want a TV script for an idea, and you can ask ChatGPT and it will reply to you with a script. So, how this thing works, it's very complicated. I'm not an expert in AI, I'm not even a programmer. But it, let's say it's just something to pay attention to. If you've been following this channel for a little bit, for the small amount of content that I've posted here, you probably already know that I've been following the AI craziness for a little bit. I've created a few pieces of content generating images. If you haven't seen those videos of me generating images based on um, brand taglines or slogans, go ahead and look in my channel. I have I think 2 or 3 videos of me doing that, and I've also posted I've also posted a video or a couple of videos talking about AI and how I see it working in the future, and all that, in combination with AR and VR. But now it got way more interesting because we got now ChatGPT. So I'm not gonna get into a lot of what we already know, and it's basically I just explained what ChatGPT is and how it works. Um, I'm just gonna go off of the recent news that ChatGPT is being implemented into the search engine Bing. Now, you probably don't know about this. I mean, if you're in media, you probably know. And, I wouldn't be surprised if some of you don't know what Bing is. And basically, Bing is. It was I think the intention Microsoft had with Bing was kind of the response to Google as a search engine, right? Not Google the company Alphabet, but Google the search engine. So Bing is Microsoft's search engine. Not a lot of us use it. It comes by default in Microsoft Edge, the browser for Windows. And But most of us don't use, even in the advertising industry, a lot of us don't use not even Windows. So yeah, it's something that's there. Microsoft just announced that in Bing they're gonna be implementing ChatGPT. So basically, what we're talking about, oh, what's going to be happening in the future, it's actually happening right now. And let me expand on that. Okay, so imagine now that instead of you having to search, how would you search something in Google? You will go ahead, and if you're looking for a recipe or for a cake, so you would go to Google and probably type recipe for a cake or chocolate chip cake or something like that. I don't know, but you will type that in Google. You will get a search result at many pages. At the top, you're gonna get ads, which is Google's revenue and business model, basically. And then you're gonna get like hundreds, millions of pages giving you a recipe for a cake, and you just click on them and you get the results. Okay, you go into that page. So now what's gonna happen with ChatGPT basically is that ChatGPT as a bot already know the information that this million pages that Google will give you. ChatGPT already knows all that. So what that bot and the AI will take is all the information and formulate a recipe for you, not necessarily driving you to a website, but formulating that recipe for you. So this is groundbreaking and a game changer in terms of searching, because it's not about you getting redirected to the information you're looking for. It's like the bot, as if it's a person, is responding to you, to the question that you have, or to what you are quote unquote searching. Now this is like the first thought about this. This is the mildest thing. This is the most obvious thing based on what I know about ChatGPT and how I've been using it, because I've been using it for a bit. Not using it in work, but I've been using it like playing with it, let's say. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have some coffee. But we gotta understand what is happening here. It's Microsoft, the company who's implementing this. And actually, Microsoft is the company who has invested billions of dollars. I think $13 billion is what I read. $13 billion in this research in OpenAI. So that's a very important piece of information there, because not about the investment, but that is Microsoft, who the company that has made this investment and basically owns this technology, let's say. Like I said, the investment has been, I'm sorry if I'm rambling, it's just that I made this video like 3 times and I'm just going off script. I'm just going, off the top of my head, my thoughts, just rambling here. So I apologize if that's a problem for you, but let's get back into the topic. So Microsoft, for me, the important information here, the keyword, let's say, no pun intended, is Microsoft. Because not only do they own basically this research now, having invested $13 or so billion into OpenAI, the creators of ChatGPT, but it's everything they own. It's what makes me think about, let's say, the future, because, and not necessarily very far away future, because now that they have this, they obviously own Bing, which it's how they're implementing the AI technology first, let's say, or that we know of like this publicly. But they own a lot of other things. Like, for example, they have Windows, right? And Windows is the biggest operating system in the world. Within Windows, they have this technology that they call Cortana. It's basically an Alexa or a Siri. Uh, I mean, Microsoft's answer or response to Siri and Alexa, and that um how do they call it, digital assistant or something like that. So they have that too, and now they have ChatGPT, which if you put those two together, you have a very compelling piece of technology there. um so imagine, like, you cannot ask Alexa to do very intricate things, and if it's if it does it, it would do it very similarly to, let's say, a Google search. It's just that it will, let's say, verbalize it, right? So basically, if I ask Alexa for a recipe cake, Alexa, what we'll do is get a website and read that recipe. Um, but given that it's ChatGPT, and there's a lot of things that Alexa isn't capable of doing because it's not necessarily AI, it's just a database of information, and then, based off of the apps that you can install on it, based off of the accumulation of data of people, what people are requesting, and then the typical search result, let's say. So ChatGPT changes the game in what a digital assistant is, because it's going to be like talking to a person basically. If it feels like ChatGPT actually feels, haven't, written information. But if the AI reads it, Cortana, it's a similar Cortana to the one that we see in the games. I don't know if you guys know, but Cortana, the name of it, and comes from a game called Halo. And Halo, there's a character which is an AI that's called Cortana that I think it's accompanies the main character. I don't play Halo, so I'm not 100% sure about that, but that's what I believe it is. So with ChatGPT, we can say that Cortana, the real Cortana we get in Windows, it's closer to that fictional Cortana that we get in the video game. So let's keep expanding on Microsoft. So not only they own all that, but OpenAI also develops Dal-E, which was actually, I think it was the first AI application that OpenAI published. I don't know if I'm correct, but it's the first one I remember. It's basically an AI that generates images. It's not the one that I've been using here in the channel. The one that I've been using is Midjourney, but OpenAI developed Dal-E, and it's basically the same. I don't know if I can say it's basically the same. I'm gonna take that back. But I think it's more or less similar in the sense that you insert a query and then the AI generates an image and responds with an image responding to what you actually requested. So now let's combine that with ChatGPT. And not only that, Microsoft also has been developing a technology for a bit now, for a while, that's called HoloLens, I think. And it's an AR, augmented reality technology thing. I mean, it's been a headset for a while. I don't know what stage they're developing or that development is going now, but as I know it, it's kind of a augmented reality headset. So now combined with Dal-E and ChatGPT and Cortana. Now, not only that, Microsoft owns Xbox, and Xbox owns a bunch of video game studios. Most recently, I think I can say, is it hasn't gone through yet. It's still in the process of acquisition, and it's iffy still if it's gonna happen. But we do have, I mean, not we. Microsoft is in the process of acquiring Activision Blizzard. We're talking about one of the biggest companies or video game publishers slash studios in the world. They have the biggest franchises, and all that. Now, we talk about video games and we talk about, it's nerd territory, but hear me out. I mean, video games right now, it's not about, I don't bring that up to talk about games. I bring that up to talk about those engines, the engines that are used to create games. And those engines are getting at a level that photorealism level that it's extremely, again, I'm gonna repeat it. I'm gonna be redundant. It's extremely photorealistic. Like, I've seen footage of, let's say, Unreal Engine 5 of just random people. I mean, in their house, their home, in this little studio like mine here, with a regular computer like mine here, generating scenes that are indistinguishable with reality. Like, they look completely real. I mean, it's insane what's happening now. If you combine all of that, what do you get? We go back to talking about the metaverse that Facebook brought up, and it's been so far a failure. And I've been talking about that for a bit here too. I don't think the metaverse is just a failed game like it happened to Facebook. I'm sorry, Meta, but I think it's much more than that. And I think that Microsoft is going towards it. It's moving in the right direction. They have made very important acquisitions. They own very important and very groundbreaking technology, and combining all of that together, yeah, it's very compelling. Now, this channel is not about technology. It's about advertising. And how do we bring that to advertising? Well, let's start with Bing. I mean, Bing, this AI being implemented into Bing, it's groundbreaking. It's a game changer for media and for search advertising, SEM, because search marketing, SEM, because, and for creative agencies, also for agencies as well, because now we have a system that not only can it's fully programmatic, but it can generate the ad for us. Basically, it can generate an image, it can generate a copy, the idea, the communication. Now, granted, I don't think it's going to replace copywriters and art directors. I don't think it's going to replace a creative agency. However, I think it could be. I'm being very careful in my use of words here, because I think that it could have repercussions. Because why would I need to hire an agency or a copywriter or a art director or graphic designer, let's say, or a photographer or a videographer? Because right now we have image generation through AI, but I mean, come on, there are already AI systems that generate video, and it's gonna, I mean, I predict that this year we're gonna see something like Midjourney or Dal-E generating video, or ChatGPT just generating video. So why would I hire that to say, to advertise buy one get one free promo for my bookstore? you know. um, this is a completely different approach that's completely decentralized. Well, it's going to be it's going to be centralized by Microsoft, if anyone. But what I mean is, if I have a small business, I can go to Bing, let's say I'm gonna start a ad campaign for my restaurant, and what I'm gonna do is promote, let's say, a coupon or a discount. I'm gonna promote a discount if you come with, I'm being slower than the AI, but if I want to promote a discount, like on Saturdays for a party of 5, there's a 25% discount for something. Okay, that's my promo. So I can go over there and say, well, create me a campaign for pasta for my restaurant, for my pasta restaurant, I mean, that promotes a discount for parties of 5 or over or more. So that means that Bing will be able to generate me not one, but many ads for that I can choose on the spot. I can choose 5, I can choose 4, I can choose 3. Not only that, that is based on my request. Now, imagine that Bing has enough information about the audience, right? So within the demographic that I set my campaign to work for, there are people who are interested in music. And then this AI will generate an ad specifically for this person, for me, who likes music. So it would generate a video or an image that places a pasta plate, I don't know, with music playing that it's attractive to me. And this is just me going off the rails here. Like it's not. I haven't even thought about this. I'm rambling again. I'm just rambling here. So these are just first thoughts. But I can see how that system could work. Especially, I mean, if it works now with us, with the technology that we have now, that's basically in its infancy. 5 years from now, I think it could be a completely different game. So that's what's happening. And that's what I see. And I haven't even mentioned in that example of how, let's say, an advertising campaign could get started in Bing using these technologies. I haven't even included AR. I haven't even included the metaverse. So just apply all that to the metaverse. Like, let's say we're in the metaverse and we have a holographic, world or digital layer to our reality, right? All of that could be applied. Like, I could be receiving advertising that the AI is generating on the spot based on my profile and the information that the campaign was set up with. So it could be generated on the spot, especially tailored for me specifically on the spot. And I could launch a campaign in seconds using that technology. Communication that's tailored for every single impression. I mean, and this is just me, an ignorant creative director, having a vision for it. But I'm gonna leave it at that. I think this is gonna be part 1 of this conversation, because I have to sit down again and think through all of this and actually try to write a script. But things are going so fast that last video that I recorded, I was editing, and next thing I know, from one day to the other, all of that has become completely obsolete. All of the information, my entire script became completely obsolete when I read the news of from Microsoft. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Please tell me what you think in the comments. How do you see the future happening? How do you think this is gonna, you know, echo in the advertising industry and the marketing industry and the digital marketing industry? How are things gonna change? I could, you know, I could ramble all day long here, but I want to hear from you. Leave me in the comments below. What do you think? And of course, as usual, please don't forget to subscribe, to like this video. That's gonna help me a lot. And it's gonna help me keep doing these videos. I know it's been kind of hard for me lately, and I haven't been posting a lot, but believe me, I'm trying. I had this video like for the past three weeks, and I had to remake it and rewrite it all over again, always because it became obsolete with, you know, just from one day to another. So thanks a lot. Please hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you get notified whenever I post a video. And yeah, thank you so much. Bye, community.